Boah, boah. What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, that dude. Let's talk about what y'all talk about, which is Draymond Green calls out Gilbert Arenas and his take on ring culture. Yeah, I had this one marked in my head from back then and recent times because I'm fascinated with rings. Obviously, I don't have one, but fascinated with the fact that rings can inflate someone who is so-so and also undermine someone who is truly great. It's just amazing to me because it's not even in terms of the logic. It's a real emotional conversation that sometimes logic leaves the building. So we're going to dive deep into that. It's an amazing conversation they have on Gil's Arena. But before we get into that, y'all know what y'all got to do. Support the channel. Support the community. Go to projecttransition.org. Just leave your email. That's it. You're part of our global giving community. You can become one of our donors. If not, do a little more. All right. Leave a donation. You want to do the most. You want to do what the kids really need, impact, and help them get experiences and exposures. Well, become a GEM member. GEM, giver every month. Your choice, but go to projecttransition.org. Help these kids get these experiences. We have our NFL skills camp coming up. That is August 16th, 10 a.m., Crespi High School. Yeah, I said it. That is August 16th, 10 a.m., Crespi High School. All kids that want to play the game, that are playing the game and want to learn from NFL greats or even some of our collegiate athletes, hey, we're there for the NFL skills camp. All right, enough, Marcellus. God dang. Everybody don't live in L.A. Let's go. Let's hear this topic.
One last thing we need to talk about involves you, Gil. So you were on First Take last week, had some lengthy discussions about ring culture. Well, Draymond Green appeared to disagree
Let's go, Draymond.
with your comments about ring culture last week on First Take. You said that rings of players who were second options are not held in the same regard as those who were first options on championship teams. So Draymond went on Threads and posted the following.
Okay, now I sped this up because I want to get a lot of this out. It's about 6-7 minutes of it that I want to really get out. But we already laid the foundation. Like, okay, Gilbert Arenas gave his conversation and dialogue he had on First Take about rings. And he broke it down, really. Him, T-Mac, we all seen it. Stephen A. Smith, who else was there? Jay Williams. So tremendous conversation. Draymond, a champion, right? Had some words to say about this, about those non-champions. Let's go.
He said, a bunch of non-champions having championship conversations. This world we live in is crazy. As to which, Gil, you responded. You said, you should thank us for the convo so second options and thirds get a fair judgment. Clay with 4 rings left off the top 75. Pippen has 6 rings and sits 32 all time. 6 people in front of him with no rings. Why? Exclamation point. Not my opinion. It's my research that exposed they don't respect second option rings. So,
Some of my friend like that?
No, I'm not coming at him. What am I coming at? We're not done. That's just the first part. Right.
No.
Now, it's kind of hard to argue with that. I mean, if you just really take your emotions out of it and take your experience out of it, which is, I think, the beauty of this show. We really break down their words and we can start to see psychologically what's really at play, the emotions, the logic, where they really coming from. And in this one, I just didn't understand how Draymond even had a problem with that. He actually giving you props. I guess he don't want them that way.
Draymond did offer a response. He quite frankly responded back with, he following said, there would never be a reason for me to thank y'all about anything involving the game of basketball. Not one particular thing. He said anything involving the game of basketball. Not one thing. Not even the Gilbert Arenas provision in the CBA. Nothing.
Damn.
There's also nothing you guys can say or topic y'all can cover that can change anything for me when it comes to the game of basketball or the NBA. Only someone who has never been a champion would think that that's a conversation that would ever matter. Your research was just missing one key perspective, a champion that understands what it means and takes to do so. So it's just a tad bit flawed. Now, y'all, we'll point out, you are a Big 3 champion. You are a Battle Mode 2-on-2 champion.
That's how my motherfucking captain come through. That's how my fucking captain come through.
Okay, let me just get this out the way. Draymond does have a point. Like, look, if you're really going to have this conversation, where's the champion on the panel? I give you that all day. At the same time, that doesn't minimize the ones who are non-champions who are just coming with their research and coming with the evidence that says, hey, this is uneven in terms of the reasoning. Simple as that. So we can have an academic conversation about it, or we also can have an athlete conversation about it, or we can act a fool about it. But regardless of all of that, let's use our brains.
You know what? Something's wrong with y'all.
Okay, here you go. There you go.
The problem is, I say research, you say personal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the conversation between them when Clay didn't make it, and they're sitting there asking why and crying and doing all this, someone goes and does the research for you.
Woo.
And then gives you the answer. and then you attack the researcher.
Ooh.
If you think there's something off about what I'm saying, then you answer the question. Why do you think Klay, at the moment of time when they're voting, has 3 rings, he has 2 All-NBAs, and he has 5 All-Stars? Why would that man be left off the top 75 for number 75, who has 6 All-NBAs and 6 All-Stars? You would think the 3 championships will push him over the top.
If the ring culture really matters, that's what he's saying. He's like, look, we all hear that this trampoline exists, which is how many rings you got. Even though no matter how many rings you got, it's not enough unless you're Michael Jordan. He's the only one that sits in that perfect sweet spot, right? We obviously got Bill Russell sitting there with 11, and we have some of the other all-time greats who's sitting there with 6, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe with 5, etc. And Jordan's perfectly situated in there with that 6. Now, if you get 4 like Steph and LeBron, close, not enough. So that's what he's saying. He's like, it's not even. It's something wrong with this logic.
So if you don't like my fucking research and my answer, then you answer it. And please don't say, I don't care. Come up with an educated answer.
What if he doesn't care?
32 is Pippen. In front of Pippen is Allen Iverson. So come up with an answer that you can help the public. It has nothing to do with your feelings. Because I seen the answer. I seen when the Isaiah Thomas statement that Isaiah made when he basically said something about KD, where KD basically saved y'all careers and made y'all Hall of Famers, but he gets disrespected, but he saved y'all. Like I seen that interview.
Woo! Now that time, it got quiet in the NBA then, because think about it. KD couldn't beat Golden State. We got it. Even though Golden State had won a year before and they beat OKC, they couldn't get past them. OKC couldn't. So they beg him, KD, to come. KD joins them. He's cupcake for joining them, whatever that means. So he joins the team that he couldn't beat, even though that team just lost, right? And they lost having the best regular season in NBA history. Make that make sense. So why is KD weak for going there? Why are they not weak for asking him? For begging him, for becoming the Hampton 5. Anyway, you fast forward, KD becomes the dude on their team, right? Finals MVP 2 times. When KD was rolling, they were rolling. When he got hurt, it ended. Y'all could argue all you want. That's how it went down in facts. But then they went out and won another one. So that's 2. But KD got them 2 and got them to the finals 3 times. And KD gets killed and they get praised and they got a dynasty. And KD can't probably defend himself properly because he's just one man and everybody's still calling him Cupcake. It's like, what kind of what dynasty exists without me? So Isaiah Thomas had to say that. And when Isaiah Thomas said it, very few people could retort. They tried, but they lied. So it doesn't make sense.
Which is neither here nor there. I did the research. And all I'm saying is, they, not me, bitch, this is not my personal opinion. They, from the research, seems like they don't give 2 shits about second option rings.
Mm-hmm.
They're not valuing Scottie Pippen's 6 and 0 and Jordan's 6 and 0. They're not putting Kobe's 5 rings next to Derek Fisher's 5 rings. They're not.
Great point.
Whatsoever.
Nope.
Right? That's not me saying this personally. Right? The people who are voting for you, they never won a championship.
Drop the mic on their head, boy. Dog, I love when somebody, especially a baller, uses his brain first. I just love it, man. I love a player that's going out there and they always say, God, his IQ is so high. I love that guy more than the guy who's just talented and who's I'm so good. It just happens, right? I love when you gotta calculate it. And this is just taking me back to my nerd days. Like, come on. You can't out-talk smarts like this. This is intelligence to its fullest. This is evidence-based research, which we need to get back to instead of all this opinion-based research. Oh, I feel this way. I like this. Oh, I think that. Break it down, Gil.
And if I ask you right now and say, what is harder to do? Win an MVP or win a championship?
Now, this is funny because you can ask a kid right now, what weighs more, a pound of bricks or a pound of feathers? They're going to answer it just like the kids do. Watch.
What would you say?
Probably harder to win an MVP.
Go. Disagree.
I say it's championship.
Okay. Now, mathematically.
Come on, Nick.
Percentage-wise, what is harder? Winning the MVP is one person, right? It's you versus 449 other people. 0.001 chance. Hold on. One. That's MVPs are then. That's because it's one versus the field. 450 people. Now, when it comes to a championship, it's one team versus 29 other teams. Right? That's 17 players versus 433 other players. So your percentage is actually higher winning a ring because it's a team thing and there's 17 of you guys winning. There's only in history, out of all of the NBA, there's only been 36 MVPs. 36 in the game of basketball. There's only actually been 36. So when you think they're voting for your career and who you are as a player, when you're talking about your ranking, do you really believe that they're using rings as the base or they're using your individual accolades? Because, like I said, if I remove the rings, what I'm saying is if you remove the rings and I say, all right.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I get it. No, what I'm saying is.
But why is he not top 75?
Now, tell me this. I'm not asking that. I'm not talking about Hall of Fame. If I tell you who resume is better.
Stay focused.
6 All-NBAs and 6 All-Stars or 2 All-NBAs and 5 All-Stars? Which one now belongs in 75? So now you know why Dame was 75 and he was pushed out. His body of work first is what we go off. The ring just solves the tie. If there's a tie, you got 6 All-Stars, you got 6 All-Stars, now I go to the rings. The rings don't supplement your individual greatness that you bring to the game.
All right, we got the gist of this. Oh, my God. Amazing right there. So I just want everybody to understand, and maybe I need someone who's a champion right next to me, somebody, even if he was just on the bench and didn't play in the Super Bowl, just a champion to acknowledge this, or maybe an NBA champion, a great or a bench rider, whatever. Somebody with a ring, right? Not this ring. Not this little Amazon little blue ring, because I lost my real one. Someone who just sits there and bounces this conversation out. But let me just get mine off, okay, non-champion. It makes no sense. And the worst part about it is I remember the day in sports where no one cared about how many rings you had. Because Bill Russell had 11. Nobody was walking around saying, go, 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 go. They're like, whatever, he won 11 rings. How good was he? Well, Wilt was better. Really? Wilt was better? And he won 2? Kareem's better. What? He got 1 in the 70s, then he got 5 in the 80s. It makes no sense. You can't make sense out of nonsense. And ring culture is nonsense. So everyone's killing LeBron right now because LeBron brought that up. Like, look, I'm at the end of my career. Let me just tell you what I've seen and what I know. But guess who also brought that up in the context of, like, don't just add rings because that's not it. Michael Jordan. Now, he used rings and era. He was talking about Bill Russell. Like, man, don't compare me to that dude because of rings, and don't compare me to that dude because of era. But the point is, LeBron's not the first. A lot of this stuff that we always attribute because of your age or your lack of knowledge or experience is always to the person you can see right in front of you. But do your research, as Gilbert said. Do your homework. It's in the annals. It's in the archives. It's there at your disposal, but your lazy asses don't want to do it. Shout out to Gilbert. Shout out to Gilbert's Arena for actually tackling this subject. And as they say, being courageous, but for real, just being real. Like, come on, dog. And he's sitting there with no ring. Like, oh, well, don't mean I'm dumb. Don't mean the logic makes sense. Like, champions get it and non-champions don't. So I was against Draymond in that one because Draymond didn't, one, offer up any answers, as your wife would say. Stop arguing. Stop telling me what to do. Stop telling me that you want this and that. What are your solutions? So Draymond had no solution, and more importantly, no evidence, nothing but an emotional response. We ain't going to get no smarter like that. Okay, now, you know what we do on this show, boy. The show loved everybody. We flow, boy. But before we do that, what do? We make sure we hook you up. So first, go to my team at Monitor Debt Resolution, and that's going to be your financial wellness solution. I know somebody out there got credit card debt. Somebody got student loan debt, medical debt. Somebody got personal debt. Somebody ex is tripping. Talking about, oh, you owe this debt. Whatever that is, you need to pay it up. Well, paying that monthly statement, that minimum, those interest rates, that's killing you. I know what it is. So go check the link in the description for your financial wellness prescription. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you guys have done it. You're signing up like Ashley, single mom, was in debt this year, will be debt free next year. I want that to be you. Make sure you're like Ashley. So make sure you guys do that, and always go to projecttransition.org. Like Hussein Beatty. Hussein Beatty, who is that? That's my dog. He's a gym member, and he received this book, Never Shut Up. Y'all know who it is. And autographed it and hooked him up with my playing cards. Hooked that dude up. All right, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. Hey, go get that, Wiley. What we talking about? Draymond out here? Gilbert Serena? Can I say that the right way? Draymond out here barking like a pit off the chain. Told Gil he can't talk about chips in the game. Bro, you ain't got no rings, better hush your lane. But Gil came with that logic, no emotion, just that brain. I said, this ring culture toxic. Your mind's been lost. Jordan ain't ring counting Bill Russell. That's false. LeBron don't believe in it. He said it himself, but Draymond took it personal like a trophy on his shelf. Gil was cool, sipping wine, speaking facts in the chair. Draymond got emotional, start pulling out his hair. Don't speak on no titles if your finger ain't froze, but rings don't define what a real baller knows. Ooh, they forgot about the journey, the grind, the skills. Now it's about the trophies and the highlight reels. Gil laugh, bruh, you must be wrong. I'm right. Championship mine, even though that bright light. Dre keep flexing them forward like it's birthright. Gil got that assassin's talk, mind sharp as a knife. Real hoops head, know the truth ain't no bling. It's in the heart of the fight, not just the shine of a ring. Oh, I'm talking things that you can't even understand with your big old ring. Trying to act like you did more, cause you got 4. Boy, you better check this personal score. Oh. I could have kept going. In the middle of that, I switched to Andre 3K. I'm mad I didn't start off like that. God. This is Marcellus Wiley with an urgent message for anyone struggling with over $10,000 in credit card debt. Here's what you need to do right now. Visit pt.monitordebt.com. They've helped thousands reduce what they owe by dealing directly with creditors, cutting balances by 30, 40, even 50%. This isn't a loan. This is a proven debt settlement program where you make affordable monthly deposits while they do the heavy lifting. Many clients become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Don't wait another day drowning in interest. Call 866-204-0071 or visit pt.monitordebt.com. Your financial freedom is waiting. It's just one phone call away. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so